Hey guys, my name is Evan. I'm a nurse practitioner and I treat low testosterone in the state of Nevada. Today I wanted to do a video about questions we get all the time about TRT in general. One of the most common questions we get is, can I get off TRT once I start? And the short answer is yes. And it's something we regularly assess throughout your treatment. In fact, during your initial consultation, part of the reason why it takes an hour is that we go over your natural production and why it is the way it is. Throughout your follow-ups, we're always asking, is the treatment working? How do you feel? If it's not serving you, we adjust your protocol or we guide you off of treatment safely. Coming off TRT involves using medications to jumpstart your natural production, followed by labs to verify. But here's the key. Your pre-treatment labs set the ceiling. If your body wasn't making testosterone despite the right signals, coming off may not be effective. But don't worry, we'll be there to help clarify that, and we'll even have data to prove it. Another question we get all the time is, will TRT affect my fertility? Again, a short answer here. Yes. Testosterone can reduce sperm production, but that doesn't mean you have to choose between optimizing or fertility. If fatherhood is a priority, now or even down the line, we'll build a protocol to protect it. That might include medications like HCG to maintain and restore sperm production. And we can also use semen analysis to track over time. This is why we don't run a one-size-fits-all clinic. Your protocol is just that. It's your protocol. It's tailored to your goals, whether you're starting a family, building a legacy, or both. You shouldn't have to sacrifice long-term possibilities just to feel better today. At Men's Health Co., we make sure that your plan reflects what matters most to you. Another common question we get is, how long does it take for TRT to start working? Now, we're not chasing a quick fix here. We're rebuilding a foundation. And we guide you through every phase with data and precision, so you don't just feel better, but you stay better. Most men feel improvements in the first 2 to 4 weeks. These would include clearer focus, better drive, better sleep. By 2 to 3 months, your system recalibrates. That becomes your new normal. This is when I get the comments like, I haven't felt this way in a long time, or I feel amazing. And by the 1-year mark, with consistency, you'll see real body composition changes, stronger recovery, deeper cardiovascular benefits as well. When your hormones are optimized and you're putting in the work, you actually dictate the limit. We're just proud to be along for the ride because watching men break through their own barriers is what inspires us as well. Another common question is, does TRT cause gynecomastia? And the answer is no, not if your protocol is done right. Gynecomastia usually comes from poor dosing protocols and even unnecessary estrogen blockers. In fact, a healthy testosterone level is what prevents breast tissue growth. Sometimes men already have existing gynecomastia before they start TRT, and a temporary hormone shift can flare it up. We can manage that with short-term medications, but those medications aren't a long-term fix. The only permanent solution is surgical removal. But for most men, proper management prevents this from being an issue at all. 5 to 10% of men can feel some nipple sensitivity when they start TRT, and yes, that can be unsettling. But let's be clear, that's not the same as developing breast tissue. Sensitivity is usually mild, short-lived, and resolves in a few weeks after your hormones stabilize. Remember, the key here is adequate testosterone levels will prevent breast tissue growth. So while it might feel strange at first, it's usually temporary, and it's not something to panic about. Another common question that we get here is, will TRT make me go bald? If you're already genetically predisposed to hair loss, this is called androgenic alopecia. TRT can speed that process up, but it doesn't cause baldness on its own. We assess your risk up front, and if protecting your hair is a priority, we can add supportive treatments that will allow you to stay optimized without sacrificing your confidence. Another common question we get here is, do I need to donate blood when I'm on TRT? And the answer is not usually. Testosterone does increase red blood cell production. That's normal. In fact, that's one of the benefits of TRT. But unless you have other factors like untreated sleep apnea or smoking, most men, they don't need to donate. We monitor your levels closely at every follow-up. Red blood cell count, hematocrit, even cell shape. And if your levels creep up, we often fix it simply by adjusting your dose or how your TRT is delivered. Sometimes it's as simple as a nutritional deficiency that we can fix with supplements. Another common question we get is, can I fix my low T without starting TRT? In some cases, that's a totally viable option. If your testosterone is low due to stress, poor diet, poor sleep, excess weight, we can build a protocol that supports natural production. That might include targeted supplements, nutritional changes, or even medications that stimulate your own system to produce testosterone. But here's the reality. For many men, the problem isn't their environment, it's the factory. And when the body can't produce testosterone, despite the right signals, no lifestyle intervention will fix that. The factory simply isn't responding. That's why lab work before you start TRT is so important. And that's why we start it as our first step. We don't guess, we measure. We assess everything. Total testosterone, free testosterone, luteinizing hormone, sex hormone binding globulins, and more, to figure out where the breakdown is. And if you can produce naturally, we help you do it. If you can't, we offer the right solution, safely, but also with a long-term plan. Because ultimately the goal is simple: get you back to performing and feeling like you. Another common question we get here at Men's Health Co. is, why is my testosterone low in the first place? Now, there isn't a single cause, and that's exactly why so many men miss it. Testosterone can drop due to chronic stress, poor sleep, environmental toxins, excess body fat, or even some nutritional deficiencies. It can also decline naturally with age, but age isn't the problem. The problem is when it drops faster or earlier than when it should. And most guys, they never get the right labs to figure out why. They're told they're normal, when no one has even checked an SHBG or a luteinizing hormone, the markers that actually matter. At Men's Health Co., we take a comprehensive approach. We look upstream to figure out why your levels are low, and then we build a plan based off of data, not guesswork, based off you. Because when you know the root cause, you can treat it the right way and get back to performing at your peak. So if you want to reach your peak performance, reach out. We have experts here ready to help you along the way. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can follow us on social media, or you can even go to our website. We have a free dedicated knowledge hub with tons of resources for one thing: to get you back to your peak. We'll talk to you soon.